Good afternoon. I am Robin Bearden, and as a preschool teacher, I feel that we have an important job not only to teach young children, but to make sure they are excited and happy to come to school every day. We set the stage for the rest of their academic and educational career, and as long as they feel that they are excited to learn and we have given them that background of being excited to come in and do things every day, then we are helping them for the rest of their life in their schooling career. The National Association for the Education of Young Children provided a statement that has a framework for the appropriateness of curriculum, learning activities, adult-child interactions, home program relations, and the evaluation of child development. They did a 2-year study which showed that formal academic instructions were a misconception for this age group. Children at the preschool level had not developed physically and cognitively enough to benefit from formal academic instruction. They learn through play. This includes spontaneous, open-ended, multi-sensory, process-oriented activities, and as they develop, so will their play. Preschool appropriate practice to me is the classroom environment, teaching strategies, and interactions that we provide that are designed to meet all students where they are. This means that young children do learn best through play, exploration, and hands-on experiences. This includes making sure all of your lessons cover all the domains that you see in CETLs. We as teachers must make sure that we provide developmentally appropriate practice through our activities and lessons acknowledging their physical, social, emotional, and cognitive growth. Making sure that we are letting children guide us when planning lessons around their interest and allowing for flexibilities in different learning styles. Asking the children what they might want to learn, and knowing that as busy as our days are, that even when we plan for certain things, that may change on whatever is going on in the classroom that day. We want to make sure that our curriculum and daily lessons are play-based, and it is where the children will learn to solve problems, be creative, and make their own discoveries, and develop social skills with peers in a loving and supportive environment. Making sure the classroom is safe and the children feel loved, respected, and encouraged to be themselves is important. As we allow this free play time or even structured play, they are learning to socialize with each other and work out any problems along the way. And as teachers and facilitators, we can come in if there is a problem and help guide them and help them work out their problems, or if the problem's big enough, we can even enter the play and try to help with them in that way. Making sure to ask open-ended questions to encourage critical thinking skills is important. Be creative instead of questions where they can answer with 1 or 2 words, which is sometimes what we just tend to do. We like to ask a question that there is a direct answer for, and we need to be thinking of questions that they can expand on and talk to you about and use their social skills. Involving families and community to build a partnership will create a supportive system for the children. And I know in our school and our classroom, we try to bring the parents in many ways to help do things and feel like they're a part of our community. They come into the classroom, they can read books. We have opportunities to just volunteer. We do many little things outside of the school. Like this weekend, we're having a little celebration, a Falcon Fest celebration, where all the kids come and we have games and fun play for the fall. So there are ways to bring families in where they feel like they are also a part of their children's academic and educational career. Since not only the start of the semester, but since I started this college journey at the age of actually 51, I'm 52 now. I started college when I became the director of our school. I was offered the position. I'd already worked there for about 11, 12 years. And our principal that we had left, and a new principal took over that had been up there for a little while teaching, and offered me this position. And I feel like since that time, I have grown so much. Our previous principal was also the preschool director, and there was nothing, like no professional development, anything going on We just went into work and did our job and never had any help with her as the director to help us. And I feel like I have grown so much just coming back to school. I initially believed, because that's the way I was kind of taught, that from the previous preschool teachers and the principal, that we should only focus on the curriculum and what the children are learning and the academic skills such as letter recognition, numbers, shapes, and colors. Our job was to get them ready for kindergarten, and we needed to be rigid on making sure these things were done. And that was being told to us constantly. The best thing that happened is when we did gain the new principal, who believes fully in play-based learning and offered me the position to lead our preschool in this manner. It's totally changed this program. I do recognize the importance of learning through play for not only cognitive development, but for also social emotional growth, physical development, and to allow children to explore and be creative. I do believe that our whole program, just from me coming back to college courses and learning the whys of why all this is important, has turned our whole program around. And I know our teachers are excited. I'm bringing stuff back that I'm learning here in the classrooms. I've done a few PDs on stuff, and it's only getting better from here. Hands-on activities guide our days and allow children to make choices and be creative and have fun. As teachers, we model this behavior and are facilitators in their play and help them learn and grow and think more critically. As I have evolved, so has our preschool program. It has strengthened, and to know that we are there to nurture the whole child, not just make sure they memorize and learn all of these things, is what has changed so much and been great. An understanding of child development is critical to plan for effective learning goals and make sure that educational experiences are developmentally appropriate through the various stages of their growth. This allows us as teachers to set realistic and achievable learning goals. We know and can anticipate what they learn and are capable of doing at their age. If we give them things that are too difficult, they become frustrated. They can't do them, and they don't even want to learn anymore, really. And if they are too easy, they become bored. So when we understand those developmental milestones, it allows us to identify any problems that students are having, and we can intervene and support those who may need additional support. We can adapt and accommodate for learning needs we see. If we see somebody's having problems, we can adjust what we are doing to help them. Or if we see somebody's a little more advanced, we can, strengthen those areas to help them. Our learning environment should foster curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. When we know how children develop, we can create supportive classroom that promotes self-regulation, cooperation, and positive relationships, which are the basis for academic success and self-confidence in our children, which is something we are seeing lacking sometimes. But when they come in the classroom and we help them and make them feel loved and supported and teach them, they gain their own self-confidence because they're proud of themselves when they do something. In my classroom, we have incorporated play-based learning into every aspect of the day. My play areas are set up to encourage critical thinking, imaginative play, social interaction, and hands-on learning. An example is just one of my centers. We have a cafe area. It has grocery items. It has a checkout stand with a scanner, just like when you go to the grocery store. We have an ice cream store section and a cafe area for dining. There is money, grocery sacks with food. The cafe has menus from local restaurants that helps with literacy. One of the menus is Chick-fil-A, which the children love. As a teacher, I love to ask open-ended questions and observe them and play. This area supports learning across multiple domains, such as physical development of fine and gross motor skills, social and emotional skills, such as taking turns and problem solving, cognitive development of math skills, along with literacy. What challenges me most is open-ended questions, because on the spot, sometimes they are hard to come up with. We often just think of those yes or no questions, and it takes thought to ask an open-ended question and to allow for creativity from the students. We just had the Little Rock Diocese put on a professional development day that they do once a year, and Arkansas State came, and I signed up for the one on open-ended questions, and it was fun to go to that workshop. It was interactive, and they would show you a picture of children playing and ask you to ask an open-ended question. We would discuss whether that was actually open-ended or just a question that was more of a yes or no. So it was fun to go through that, because sometimes that is one of the things that I think is hard to do in the classroom, but is so important. I guess what excites me the most about teaching curriculum to preschoolers is the importance of their first educational experience. And we have to make sure that it excites them for their future in learning. If we provide that loving and supportive environment, and when you see them excited to come to school and learn every day, it makes all the work that goes into planning worthwhile, and is incredibly rewarding. I have had parents email me and come to school and say, my child has been to daycare in other schools, and they are excited to get up every morning and come to your classroom, which makes me excited, because I know when I greet them every morning and they're smiling that we are making a difference. We are making sure that they feel that family classroom environment and they feel loved. I love watching their faces light up when they discover new things and they're learning. I love their enthusiasm for learning when we are reading stories, when we dance to music, when we do music and movement, and just when they play, just to watch them. It's exciting. I love creating lessons that engage all their senses and encourage them to ask questions, solve problems, and express themselves in a supportive environment. To help them discover the joy of learning, that is what inspires me every day to go to work. I love my job, and I love what I do every day, and these classes that I'm taking in the preschool curriculum class, I appreciate all of it, and I thank you. And I'm proud of what we are doing to change children's lives. Thank you.